Hi, it's Peter from Freedom Marine and Alex from Revolution Yacht Experience here today. We're going to go through some of the things that Revolution has just added onto this brand new Riviera 465 for a new owner.
Okay, thanks Peter. So let's go on board and check out some of these cool things like the Starlink and the solar panels and the Psionics camera.
All right.
The first one that we put in was the Starlink. So this is becoming pretty much a go-to common thing for all boats. You can get internet essentially anywhere in the world, which is absolutely fantastic for staying connected when you're out on the water. And of course you can stream on Starlink as well. So you can get your TV right through your Starlink connection. Don't need satellite TV anymore. So satellite TV installations essentially just don't happen. Everyone's just going straight for Starlink. You can see we made this custom mount for it here. So it sits behind and above the spotlight. So this has allowed us to make it look factory. It also sits in a really great position for viewing as much of the forward-facing area in front of you when you're driving as possible. And sitting up behind that spotlight there as well is just such a great spot for it to be. So let's go take a little bit of a closer look at the mount that we've made. So you'll see that we actually made it to fit the Marine Co spotlight that comes with the boat. We've made this plate, and the plate is actually a little thicker. Make sure there's enough room for the wires to actually go through the plate and then down into the hardtop area, and then those wires connect up to the boat.
From a safety standpoint, I think it's always good to have an extra way to see where you're going if it gets dark, low light situations. I think there's just a lot of situations where it can be very helpful to have. I like that it is a little bit of adjustable. So with the help of Alex or anybody else that's purchasing this unit, you can work with the team here to adjust the level depending on your needs as well, which I think is really helpful. Also, my understanding is that it's hooked into the display at the back of the boat. If you all of a sudden have to leave the helm for a minute, you have that forward-looking camera during the day as well, but in the cockpit. So you can always monitor what you're doing with your remote control. You can make a course adjustment if needed as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you hit that point actually, because it does have two modes and it switches automatically based on the ambient light around you. So right now, if you turn it on, you'll have a look and it looks like a full color normal image that you'd get from any camera. But as the light starts to go down, it'll actually switch inside. You can actually hear the click when it moves over, and it'll switch into a low light mode. So it's really using the moonlight, but it's got this special technology in it that it's boosting that to the point where you can see almost as if it was day.
And I think for the price point, it's a great alternative to other units that are out there that are quite a bit more expensive.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, these are a bit of a new kid on the block as far as the night vision technology goes. And yeah, they're shaking up the industry a little bit because they do come in at a much lower price
Great
point.
for recreational boaters. Like it's just I think it's a great option to give people.
Absolutely. Okay, so we'll wrap the Psionics stuff here and we'll move on to the next item on the list.
Okay, I think this is one area that I'm really excited about because the owner of this vessel has some very specific requirements, especially boating here in the Pacific Northwest, where we're not always plugged in. We don't want to run the generator 24/7, but we do want to supplement our power to our batteries because this boat's got a great battery bank with an inverter, and you don't always want to have the generator running. So what have you guys done here to help supplement that?
So as you can see, we have these 4 130 watt solar panels installed, and they just fit just perfectly in this location. We are really, really happy about it. And as you can see, these are not an eyesore. Most solar panel installations that you see, they're big chunky panels and they're not nice to look at, and they can really mess with the aesthetic of the boat.
You got wires running everywhere a lot of the times.
Yeah, exactly. So what we decided to do was go with a really high quality marine grade panel. This stuff is walkable, it's grippy as well. Yeah. So you can walk all over it if you ever need to be up here doing things. There's already non-skid underneath it, so this was designed, like
as
to be
a walking
aerial
surface. So
yeah, so we went with these 4 panels that sit up here, and we get 520 watts out of these ones. And this is actually just phase 1 of a potentially multi-phase solar installation.
Okay. So this could be added on to.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay. So we've made the system upgradable. So right now we have these ones plugged in, but we are talking about potentially adding more.
Okay.
Right? So
and where would you potentially do that?
Yeah, so we have a few different options. So we have this area between these 2 skylights still open to us.
Yeah.
And if we wanted to, we could
maybe
build
one more.
Yeah, it's like maybe 2 in there, but we could also do some custom stuff that lives above these skylights here. And there's also the option of that aft awning there to have these stitchable style soft panels that goes into the fabric on that aft awning as well.
Okay.
So yeah, we definitely built this with upgrade in mind. So, and we're really happy with how it looks.
Yeah, it looks
we
amazing.
Feel it looks clean, professional, and most people wouldn't even know they're up here.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and that's, you know, that's key to these things too, is making it functional, but also making it look nice, especially when you have such a beautiful boat like these.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys have done a great job. This is beautiful.
Yeah, thanks. And this charges directly into the house battery. So we have the MPPT solar charge controller hooked up in such a way that it's going to charge the house bank, which is the lithium bank on these Rivieras. So
Okay.
yeah, we're happy with it. Okay, so that wraps the solar, and we're going to move into the next phase.
As we were mentioning earlier, one of the things that we added to this vessel was a remote autopilot. And a lot of the times those can be very complicated systems and difficult to install. But I think you guys found a really good solution for the owner of this boat.
Yeah, absolutely. So he wanted to be able to essentially control the boat from anywhere when it's in autopilot mode.
Yep.
So luckily there was an off-the-shelf option available through the Garmin product line.
Nice.
And we went and we purchased that and paired it into his system. So here's the remote right here. And there's a little holster for it here up at the helm that we've made. But we could even put another holster, in fact we're thinking about that, putting one down in the aft cockpit as well.
That'd be
so,
handy.
yeah, so you can kind of store it there if you're using it back there and maybe you just want to kind of pop it in a little holster, you can do it there as well.
Yeah,
And
instead
course-
of having to hold it and mess around with it, you could just, somebody could just go up and go
Yeah.
left, right, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I see there's a lot of functions on that piece, more than what I've seen on a normal handheld remote. What other functions can you do besides just changing course? I see there's 1, 2, 3 setting, there's...
yeah, so there's the standard, heading hold, and in this particular vessel, heading hold is actually referred to as shadow drive.
Okay.
So shadow drive does hold the heading, but it actually allows you to brake that if you jump onto the wheel,
Right.
and then you can, it'll steer away, and then once you're done, it'll actually, it'll bring you back. Yeah, this remote does have some extra functionality, and to be honest with you, we're still exploring all the things that it can do.
Okay,
Yeah, you can definitely do most of the things that you can do here on the screen.
wonderful. That's going to be a really handy piece for this new owner. Now, while we're inside, I want you to show us what you did with this solar setup. I think it's a really clean, innovative thing that you guys have done here to make it an even better installation. And again, keeping in with the fact that this is a really beautiful high-end yacht, you've done some really nice features to keep within that Riviera motor yacht feel.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we're really proud of how well it turned out, as we've mentioned a few times, and it's nice and clean and tidy, and we'll drop some panels. We can show you what it looks like.
All right, let's have a look.
Okay. We are essentially in the galley area right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. And above my head is a panel with these 2 little buttons that we can press. And in
Whoa, hold on. You mean I don't have to like go find something to pull panels down
No.
or get a special tool?
Exactly. No Christmas trees, no special
Come on.
tools.
Okay.
No, just hitting the buttons right here, 1, 2, and then that will just release, and it's on hinges. So this was an area which was essentially wide open for us. It was a blank canvas, and we were really stoked when we found this. We're like, perfect. So we can actually put this nice, clean, tidy setup here where we've got our panels coming in, fuse protection in line.
That's beautifully done, guys.
Yeah.
Actually, how was it working just through these different spaces in the boat?
Yeah, it was actually a breath of fresh air. Usually we're used to opening up ceiling panels and having a whole bunch of dust and stuff fall down.
Yeah.
But these ones here, it's finished pretty much as nicely as the rest of the boat. Nice, clean, polished gel coat finishes and stuff like that. We had a high bar to work with, and we wanted to stay within that, that
You've done it, man.
quality
This
and
is
aesthetic
well
that
done.
Riviera had kind of set for us.
I think what you've done here looks like something the factory would have put in, and it looks beautiful. Tell us a little bit more about why you chose this location and what unit you've put here.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we're really happy with this, and he did have some things that he really wanted to get done out here. One is that he wanted to see sonar information, so there's a screen back here for that. And then another one is he would like to see his charts as well, and then also having access to the video feeds and stuff back here for when he's parking and docking.
Okay.
Being in close proximity to his docking station was another one of the requirements, so we've chose to put it here. We did explore the option of having it a little bit over this way, but on the other side of this there's actually a storage cubby. So we found the depth there. We would have had to make a judgment call about pulling it off on a bezel. We chose to just put a little further away, so it's nice and flush and looks very clean.
And it doesn't take up any space in behind or storage room.
That's right. I can still
which is
access
brilliant.
it here. I can see it just fine. I can access my my control station.
And you still have the full functionality that you do. There's your camera.
Yeah, exactly. So
you can be standing here, look, yeah.
That's probably going to be the most useful thing when you're docking, actually, is to have that there, just like that, so I can actually see what's going on in front of me.
Yeah.
Like, I can still kind of see through here, but having the more, you know, like higher view down, I think is fantastic. Yeah.
And you got your sonar built into it as well, so if you have a crew back here working the deck, they can see what's happening underwater as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. Moving aft, one more item.
Yep.
I think these are always really cool to do on a boat, and it's always a nicer look than just a vinyl decal on the back. Tell us what you did at the back of the boat here.
Okay, so the owner requested that he get a pretty special name, and we had that made up especially for him. This is fully custom, and then when it arrived, we had it installed here on the transom. So this is the Yacht sign.
Beautiful.
On the back of the boat here, and we think it looks really great.
Oh, look at that stainless detail with the black outline and the different. Oh, you did a two-tone here too.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
So yeah, we kind of wanted to showcase a word within a word.
Yeah.
So that's what we decided to go with there. The owner did, you know, obviously come to us with, you know, his vision.
Yeah.
And we worked with the contractor and.
And if I recall,
those
you
made
had
up.
a whole stencil that you used as a kind of a positioning and size, and
Yeah, well, that actually
being
comes.
a dealer, you have all this access to these.
Yeah, so we actually ordered this up, and those stencils you're talking about, they actually come with the product.
Okay.
So when they make these, they want them installed perfectly. So to make sure that happens, they actually send us this perfect stencil.
Yeah.
So every
Oh.
sign, every time will get installed at all the correct orientations and spacing and everything like that. So
That's awesome.
yep.
And there's also even the option, of course, to backlight these and do other things.
yeah, you can backlight them
beyond
and
all that
have
as
all
well.
different colors and stuff like that too. Yeah. So these ones don't have backlighting, but yeah, definitely, yeah, you can add that, and
Nice.
you can build in the backlighting circuitry to the C-zone and have it come on and off at certain times based on your preferences as well.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Again, back to the C-zone
Back to the
system.
C-zone. It's
Everything
like-
links into that,
Yeah.
which is so nice.
Yeah, you just tell us what you need, and we can write a program for it and write it in there.
Well, Alex, Revolution Yacht Experience, I think, has done an amazing job. But the owners of this vessel, the two of them both had a lot of specific things they wanted done on the boat, and it's not just a one person. This was a joint effort between them, you guys. So I'm excited for the next person to get one and work with you and do some similar items.
Well, thanks, Peter. Their passion for what they were looking for matched perfectly with our passion we have for all this kind of technology on these yachts. So it was great. It was great to have the opportunity to do all this stuff.
Nice. Thank you, man.
Okay, thanks, Peter. If you're looking for something like this, we can definitely help you out. We would love to help you out. So drop us a line at service@ryexperience.com, and we'll get in contact with you and hopefully make your dreams come true.